Gladiators did not always fight to the death. While some matches ended in death, many were designed to entertain the audience without necessarily being fatal. The decision to kill a defeated gladiator was often influenced by the crowd's reaction and the wishes of the sponsor of the games. Isaac Newton did not exclusively invent calculus. He developed a form of calculus independently around the same time as Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. The Library of Alexandria was not destroyed in a single event. Instead, it suffered multiple episodes of damage and destruction over several centuries. These included fires, such as during the Roman conquest of Alexandria in 48 BCE, and later events, including attacks by various forces and the decline of the city. The Roman Empire did not fall in a single event in 476 AD. The Western Roman Empire is often considered to have officially fallen in 476 AD, when the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. The Eastern Roman Empire, or Byzantine Empire, continued to exist for nearly another 1,000 years until the fall of Constantinople in 1453. Vincent van Gogh did not cut off his entire ear. In December 1888, he severed part of his left ear, specifically the lower lobe, during a mental health crisis. He then wrapped the severed piece in cloth and delivered it to a woman at a nearby brothel. The Pilgrims and Native Americans did not have a harmonious relationship. Initially, the Pilgrims had a relatively good relationship with the Wampanoag tribe, including the famous First Thanksgiving in 1621. However, conflicts and tensions eventually arose, leading to a series of disputes and wars, such as King Philip's War, which severely strained and often damaged relations between the two groups. Romans did not exclusively speak Latin in their daily lives. While Latin was the official language of the Roman Republic and later the Roman Empire, and was used in government, literature, and legal matters, many Romans also spoke Greek, as well as many other local languages. Henry VIII did not execute all his 6 wives. Only 2 of them were executed, while the others were either divorced, died in childbirth, or outlived him. Einstein's theory of relativity was not immediately accepted. It gradually gained widespread acceptance as it was tested and confirmed through experiments and observations. William Tell was not forced to shoot an apple off his son's head. According to the legend, Tell, a Swiss folk hero, was forced to perform this feat by a tyrannical ruler as a test of his skill and loyalty. The Bermuda Triangle is not inherently dangerous. Despite its portrayal in popular culture as a site of mysterious disappearances and incidents, scientific investigations have largely debunked claims of supernatural dangers, attributing most reported incidents to natural phenomena, human error, and navigational challenges rather than any unique risk associated with the region. The Mafia never killed anyone by putting their feet in cement blocks and throwing them into the ocean. This is likely an urban legend made up to instill fear and panic among the communities in which the Mafia resided. The phrase, "the British are coming," was not actually used by Paul Revere during his midnight ride. Historical accounts suggest he likely used a more discreet message to avoid alerting British patrols, as the British were seeking to arrest colonial leaders and seize supplies. The first Thanksgiving menu did not include turkey or pumpkin pie. The meal likely included venison, seafood, and local vegetables, but not the modern staples we associate with Thanksgiving. Marie Antoinette never said, "Let them eat cake." The phrase was falsely attributed to her decades after her death as part of anti-monarchy propaganda. It first appeared in the writings of Jean-Jacques Rousseau, referring to an unnamed princess when Marie Antoinette was still a child. Historians agree there is no evidence she ever said it. Shakespeare did not invent most of the common phrases attributed to him. Although William Shakespeare popularized many expressions, he did not create all of them. Some phrases existed in earlier literature, while others evolved from common speech of the time. His works did help preserve and spread many idioms, but he was not their sole origin. The Eiffel Tower was not meant to be permanent. Built for the 1889 World's Fair, the Eiffel Tower was originally intended to be dismantled after 20 years. Many Parisians considered it an eyesore. However, its use as a radio transmission tower saved it from demolition, ensuring its place as a global landmark. Abraham Lincoln was not strongly opposed to slavery from the beginning. While Lincoln personally disliked slavery, his early political stance focused on preventing its expansion rather than abolishing it outright. His main goal was preserving the Union, and only later did he become a strong advocate for emancipation, leading to the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. Van Gogh was not completely unrecognized in his lifetime. Although he struggled financially and sold only a few paintings, Van Gogh was not entirely unknown. He was supported by his brother Theo, exhibited his work, and received some critical recognition before his death. His fame, however, skyrocketed posthumously. Benjamin Franklin did not propose the turkey as the national bird of the U.S. Franklin once wrote a letter criticizing the choice of the bald eagle, calling it a bird of bad moral character, and praised the turkey as more respectable. However, he never officially suggested it replace the eagle as the national symbol. Leonardo da Vinci did not build all of his inventions. While Leonardo da Vinci sketched numerous groundbreaking ideas, such as flying machines and armored vehicles, most were never built during his lifetime. His designs were often theoretical, limited by the technology of his era, and many were only constructed centuries later. George Washington did not have wooden teeth. Washington suffered from dental issues and wore dentures made from a mix of materials, including human and animal teeth, ivory, and metal. The myth of wooden teeth likely arose from the staining and texture of his dentures, which may have given them a wood-like appearance. The Statue of Liberty was not a gift celebrating American independence. The statue was a gift from France to commemorate Franco-American friendship and shared ideals of liberty. While it arrived in time for the U.S. centennial, it was not intended specifically to celebrate American independence, but rather to promote democratic values. The Moai statues of Easter Island were not just heads. Though most images show only the heads, the Moai statues actually have full bodies that extend underground. Many of these statues were buried over time due to soil erosion. The Wright brothers were not the first to attempt human flight. While the Wright brothers made the first controlled, sustained flight in 1903, many inventors before them experimented with gliders and powered flight, including figures like Otto Lilienthal. The Spartan 300 were not alone at Thermopylae. While the legend focuses on 300 Spartans, they were actually accompanied by thousands of Greek allies who also fought bravely against the Persians. Ancient Greeks did not always wear white togas. Togas were a Roman garment, not Greek. Greeks typically wore chitons, and their clothing came in a variety of colors, not just white.